Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. And the Jets season is officially done. The Jets lose to the Buffalo Bills in the finale 27-10. And man, this was one bizarre game to finish off the game. To finish off the season, rather. So, as you guys know, I was live throughout the entire game. I appreciate everybody that tuned in to the last stream of the season. In terms of going live during a game, it's going to be sad that I'm not going to be able to go live for a game all the way until September. It sucks that the season's over because I love watching the Jets, whether they're good or bad. But at the same time, this offseason is going to be glorious for the Jets. We're set up now with the official 4th and 10th overall selections in the first round. We got two second-round picks as well, and we're 4th in the NFL with cap space. There's a lot of moves to be made in the offseason. But in this video, let's talk about this game that just got wrapped up between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Now, this one was very competitive, to be honest. Even though it does say 27-10, the Jets were in this game all until the fourth quarter. As you see, the Bills scored 14 points late in that fourth quarter. You know what? I don't really know how to put the words for this game. It was very bizarre. It was one of those games that was very different than usual. Like the Jets were down by 3 points somehow. And I didn't know how they were down by 3 points because it felt like we were getting blown out. So the game starts off with the Buffalo Bills going down the field with a crazy Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs touchdown. It gets reviewed. It gets touchdown, 7-0 Bills. And they get the ball back and they score again. And then the Buffalo Bills are up 10-0. And at that moment, you think that the Jets are just going to get blown out or the defense is going to collapse. But then all of a sudden, this Jets defense start balling out. They were getting to Josh Allen. They were setting pressure to him. Josh Allen was on a stretch where he completed 3 of his 15 attempts, and they were getting third down stops, forcing punts. And then the Buffalo Bills punter, Hack, was just an atrocious punter and set up the Jets with really good field position, which resulted the Jets to get the ball, I think, even in the Bills' territory. And then the Jets want to take advantage of getting that good opportunity in terms of the field position. So they get aggressive. They go for it on 4th and 5 at the 40-yard line. And that's when Zach Wilson has his best throw of the game. And just throws an absolute rifle to Keelan Cole between 2 defenders, and Keelan Cole runs for a touchdown, and it was a 40-yard catch and run touchdown for Keelan Cole to Zach Wilson. Very good zip on the ball, just beautiful. But unfortunately, that was the only good play from this entire game. And then all of a sudden, it was 10-7, and then it was 13-7 heading into half. And the Jets were in this game all the way throughout. The defense kept them in the game. If you look at the stats, you might say, well, the defense did terrible. We gave up so many yards and all this stuff. Well, yeah, at the end of the game, we did give up a lot of yards, but I feel like the defense stepped up. The pass rush was getting home. Michael Carter II made a bunch of good plays. Bryce Hall, CJ Mosley, it wasn't a perfect day at all. We had a bunch of mishaps. There's a lot of things that needs to be cleaned up defensively, for sure. But when it comes to the offense, this offense, guys, Jamison Crowder gets healthy for the first time in a while when Braxton Berrios goes down. Crowder gets a 16-yard reception, and then he's out for the remainder of the game. So we're basically playing with a wide receiver number 5, 6, 7 and practice squad guys, players that making NFL debuts in black. So Keelan Cole, Black, Jeff Smith, and Denzel Mims were the only active receivers in this game, and Zach Wilson was basically throwing to nobodies. And their offensive line had the worst performance I've ever seen from the Jets offensive line in quite some time. And we know that this Jets offensive line has had pretty terrible performances recently in recent years. This Jets O-line gave up 9 sacks. Connor McDermott as a third-string left tackle is absolutely atrocious. Dan Feeney as a backup center. Ever since, George Fant went down, Connor McGovern went down, the offensive line collapsed. And there's really no sugarcoating it. This offensive line was so bad to the point where every time Zach Wilson dropped back to pass the ball, there was a defender in his face every single time. And they also had people dropping passes. Tyler Kroft dropping passes. There was a couple other crucial drops down the field. And what more can you ask from Zach Wilson to do against the number 1 ranked passing defense in the Buffalo Bills in a hostile environment with the Bills trying to win the division? And Zach Wilson goes out there, and there's absolutely nobody helping out him. And I'm not making any excuses for Zach. It might sound like that, but every time Zach dropped back to pass, there's a defender in his face every single time. So if I'm you, I do not look at this game as an evaluation on this offense as a whole. I know that I really wanted to end off the season on a high note to get some optimism heading into the season. Well, hey, Zach Wilson finishes 5 straight games with no interceptions. He finishes with more total touchdowns and more total turnovers on the season. And Zach Wilson proved that he has the arm talent. He has the ability to be a quarterback if he puts it all together, but we need to surround him. We need some guys that he can rely on because he can't do everything as a rookie quarterback. And he finished the game with a terrible stat line, 7 of 20, 87 passing yards and a passing touchdown. And he also picked up a big chunk of yards on the ground, 24 rushing yards. So his stats were not good, Zach Wilson, but I don't know how you can evaluate his performance today with the way the offensive line played. 9 sacks. And yes, there are some things you can critique Zach on for sure, his pocket presence, but at the same time, the offensive line was just to the point where what do you want him to do? There are some times where Zach was backpedaling a little too much. There was this one time where he could have threw the ball out of bounds, but he walked out of bounds, and that set up like even longer field goal for Pinheiro. But luckily for him, Eddie Pinheiro was able to knock down that 49-yard field goal, so it didn't really hurt the Jets in that moment. But there are some little things that you can critique Zach Wilson on in this game for sure. But I don't really know how you can evaluate this offense as a whole when you literally don't have anybody playing around Zach Wilson that's part of the future besides like Michael Carter. Like Tyler Kroft is not going to be here next year. I don't think Keelan Cole is going to be here next year. Who knows if Denzel Mims is going to be here because he had no catches and a false start. That's just a player that I still don't understand how he had such a bad sophomore season. And I'm not going to get into Denzel because he drives me crazy. But I really just don't know how you can watch this game and evaluate the offense and see what's going on with the future because what was just crumbling around them was really frustrating. So overall, very frustrating loss. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to hold my head and say, oh, now this loss is going to make me upset for the rest of this offseason. No, there's a lot of things to be happy about with this Jets team. We laid down the foundation. Elijah Moore established to be a really bright spot for the wide receiver room. Michael Carter established himself as a really good piece to the running back room for the Jets. Elijah Vera-Tucker last week against the Bucs had his best game, an all-pro caliber game. I don't think he had a really good game in this one, but I don't really expect him to when he has Dan Feeney to his right and Connor McDermott to his left. Like, we need some more offensive line depth because it got exposed in this game big time. There's big time things to be optimistic for. Bryce Hall, I feel like he's established himself as a starting quarterback in this league. Brennan Eccles is a home run 6th-round pick. He's going to provide big time depth next year. Michael Carter II had big time plays. The foundation is laid for this Jets team for the future, and we're set up beautifully with all of these draft picks and all the cap space. So, I'm happy with Mike LaFleur's season as well. I feel like he developed and becoming a very good upcoming offensive coordinator in the NFL. Robert Saleh finishing off his first season as a Jets head coach. I really do believe in him in terms of his ability to gather up the guys, the players, believing in his system, believing in his culture, believing in his ideology. I feel like Robert Saleh has proved me at least that he's capable of galvanizing a culture in a locker room, and hopefully he can prove that in year number 2. But to finish off the video, I know that this season we did not have any expectations for the playoffs. We did not really say like, oh, it's playoffs or bust. We need to compete for the wild card because we knew the reality of things. We knew Zach Wilson was a rookie. We knew Robert Saleh was a rookie. We knew that this is the youngest team there is, starting 10 rookies all over the field. We did not have a lot of expectations. With that being said, there's going to be some expectations heading into next year with year number 2 in the system, year number 2 with Zach Wilson, having all this cap space and draft picks that we have. We need to be competitive next year, and that's for sure. So leave a comment down below your thoughts about this game, guys. I'm just happy that we came out and fought with the Buffalo Bills. It was a 3-point game all the way until the 4th quarter. And it's unfortunate that we couldn't obviously cover the spread or if any of you guys placed any bets. But hey, the season's wrapped up. It's sad. But don't hold your heads on this loss, guys. I feel like the Jets fans should be excited about the future. This was not a perfect season. We're coming off 4 wins. I understand that. But hey, last thing I want to say, I really do appreciate all the support on Jets Media. It means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. All the support means so much. Obviously it was another terrible season for the Jets, but all the support you guys show in the chat, in the comments, in the like buttons, and the subscriptions, everything, it really does mean so much to me. All the love on Twitter, Instagram, all over the place. Thank you guys so much for supporting Jets Media all throughout the season. I'm excited to go through another all season with you guys, and especially next season for the New York Jets. So please like the video if you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your thoughts of this game. I know it's going to be a lot of crazy takes, as you should, because the Jets did not play a good game at all today. But yeah, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's stream on Monday. And I got a special stream Wednesday night planned, so stay tuned for that as well. And yeah, that does it for this video. Let's go Jets, and let's have a great offseason, guys. Peace.